So I'm assuming I'm gonna have a donation reader here. Why no red guard? Yes,
I
okay,
can
good.
stand by.
All right, excellent. Okay, so in Elder Scrolls Anthology, just before I get started here, I'll mention that I am doing all 5 numbered Elder Scrolls games. I'll explain during the arena run some of the extra stuff that goes on here. But just one thing of note here, I start arena from a loaded save game. So I load a save and then go to new game, and then here's where we actually start the run. Oh boy. Alright, so let's do this. Timer's running. Alright, so this is Arena. This is the first game in the Elder Scrolls series. We're going to make a Nightblade. We're going to call this person... Oh, geez. What? Sure. That's bizarre. Alright. I guess we're going with furry. I was going to be Catbag, but apparently not. This is already going well. Alright, so we're making a male Dark Elf. In Arena, and I think Daggerfall too, your gender actually matters. Male characters in pretty much all races have better stats than female characters. Write your angry letters to Bethesda, please. Alright, good. We got a perfect start here. So, in Arena, we need to have decent int and speed, and then... Oh geez, okay, I'm already fighting rats, great. This is actually a bad start to the dungeon. There's 2 different layouts you can get here, and this is the worst of the 2. Also, if there's any audio or, like, video problems, let me know in chat, and I will do my best to fix that. But I'm currently doing the run, looking at chat, and restreaming at the same time, so... And also, if any donations come in, I can't update the total until, like, between runs. So another thing I'll mention here is that the world record for Arena is 29:21 by Shizudo Tengoku. I think my best time is 30 something. And yeah, this run is quite a bit of RNG. Alright, so we're punching rats here because Arena is pretty much the only Elder Scrolls games where in the any percent run, your level matters. I should level up here. There we go. There's our level up. Alright. So far, so good, you guys. So before I leave the dungeon here, I need to rest for 1 hour. This is to get a Spooky Ghost cutscene. So Spooky Ghost Lady here is our quest giver, I guess? And then we exit this dungeon. That was the only dungeon that we do as intended in the entire run. Alright, so first we're going to go over to Hammerfell and Rihad here. So one of the things... that's really terrible about the arena run is that there's RNG as to whether or not you get to a town during day or night. You can see we got here during the night. So that means we need to turn around and then rest until daytime. And there's enemies here, great. This is already off to a fantastic start. So even though it looks like it's daytime out, it's not actually daytime yet. Now it's daytime. That's how you can tell. If there's a pause and the music changes, how I know it's daytime. So that's a great way to lose a whole bunch of time in a run due to no fault of your own, just getting to a town at the wrong time. So the first thing we're going to do here, now that it's daytime, is go over to the Mages Guild, and we're going to buy everything we need for the whole run. So I'm going to go over here. Before we talk to the wizard here, I'm going to delete my spells that came with my character originally, because all they do is get in the way and they're useless. Okay, so we're going to talk to this wizard dude, and we are going to make the invisibility spell, which is this one. This is very important. We need this, otherwise we get wrecked. And it's 10 for 2. Alright, second spell is a levitate spell. This, 2 rounds, 2 levels. Unfortunately, I can't look at chat during this, but I'll be able to look shortly. So if you have any questions regarding all this, I'll be able to answer them. This is up to 10. That should be good enough. Okay. Alright. So we are good for the whole run now. So essentially what I bought there was a invisibility spell that does exactly what it says. We become invisible. We use that to get through the one dungeon in the game that we're actually going to be going through. I also bought a levitate spell because there's some water we need to get over in the dungeon. And then the last spell I bought was a fortify speed spell. So as it turns out, in Arena, the fortify attribute spells are super cheap. And just even like 1 extra point in speed makes you go way faster. Also, it looks like the game, the now playing for the marathon is wrong. If somebody could change that, that would be incredible.
On it.
Alright. So I just went into the palace here, talked to the queen, said yes. Essentially what she said was, yo, go to this place and find something before I'll help you with your very important quest. Alright, so here I'm going to save the game because things can go real wrong here, and I'd rather it not. Okay, so I'm casting the fortify speed spell and the invisibility spell. And we're heading over here, going inside this door. I gotta hug the right wall, otherwise a wolf can spawn on top of you. You don't get telefragged by the wolf, but you get stuck inside the wolf. And that is real bad, because the only way out of a wolf is to punch your way out. And since we're not exactly geared to fight stuff, that just ends in tears very quickly. Yes, there are more Elder Scrolls games than these 5. I'll have some time to fill you in on that shortly. Alright, so we're going to make our way out after we picked up that piece of paper on the floor. Get used to seeing this place, we're going to see it a lot. Alright, so I'm getting a little bit of mana back here before we leave. Yes, I call it mana. Not mana, let's not be crazy. Alright, now we're back to Rihad here. It needs to be daytime again, and it's daytime. Hey! Alright. So now we head back to that palace that we were at before. Alright, that's one of the tricky things with Arena is being able to strafe run correctly. The fastest way to move in Arena is to strafe run. And also, another bad thing about Arena is you're not able to remap the controls by default. The way that we run the game in DOSBox is use controller mapping or keyboard mapping to move the default controls, because as it is, it's real bad. You have to have, I think, like raptor hands or T-Rex hands to use the default controls, and I'm not about that. I like my hands as they are, thank you. Okay, so now we are back here again. Surprise, surprise. We are going to be going through this dungeon 17 times. Yes, you heard that right. 17 times over the course of the run. Okay, good. I had just enough mana to cast all my spells here. My runner's incentive is, we need to meet that, OOT any % first, and then any excess of that will go towards naming the Pokemon trainer, Dredd. D-R-E-D-D. Alright, so over here we're gonna go over to the entrance here, and we need to wait for exactly 1 hour. This is to get a Spooky Ghost cutscene. Yep, we got it. And then I'm going to keep resting here to get my mana back. This is an ambush. That guy is your like antagonist in the game. He's really not a threat for most of it. So now we're heading off to Skyrim. This is exactly like Skyrim in Elder Scrolls V. Didn't you recognize this? Looks exactly the same. But I'm pretty much out of mana here, so even though I got here during the day... Oh, great. Okay, great. This worked out perfect. I didn't have enough mana to actually do the dungeon here, so I needed to rest, and unfortunately, I was just here at the right time that resting to get mana back turned it to night. So, hey, now we get to rest until daytime again. But yeah, regarding the other Elder Scrolls games, there are 2 more PC games. There is Redguard and Battlespire. And then there's also 3 mobile games. I think like 2 of them were on the whatever the side talking phone was that nobody bought. That thing. And then the other one is for like just flip phones or something. Like Dawn Star and all that. But those ain't Elder Scrolls games. Alright, so here we talk to this wizard. Hit the yes, the Y key a whole bunch. Oh yeah, Elder Scrolls Online. Yeah, we're not going to talk about Elder Scrolls Online, shall we? Yeah, the end gauge. Yep. Yeah, I guess there's Elder Scrolls Online. But, you know. So anyways, about Battlespire and Redguard, I would run those, but they kind of don't want to be run for various reasons. Redguard crashes all the time. Battlespire doesn't crash as much, but it runs so horribly in DOSBox that I stopped. I didn't want to get past level 1. So if somebody else wants to do that, then free world record. But I have kind of thrown in the towel on Battlespire. Alright, so now we're going back to Skyrim. Pretty much the common theme here is we go to a city twice. Oh good, we got hotbox. Alright, this is a hotbox. This is an extra fog texture on top of the already fog here. And yeah. It makes you move at half speed for no apparent reason. So, alright. Since it was brought up and I forgot to explain it, we go to the same dungeon 17 times because this version of Arena, this is 1.07, I think? Something like that. 1.07, this is the CD version. It has a bug where the quest item in this dungeon, after you pick it up and leave and return again, it respawns. And every time you pick it up, it counts as advancing the main quest that you're on. So, even though we're just picking up the same thing over and over again, the dialogue boxes that it gives when we click on it changes to, hey, you did quest number 3, or hey, you did quest number 6. Congratulations. So, that's what's going on here. You can see right here, the second piece of the Staff of Chaos. That's not the second piece of the Staff of Chaos, but hey, it still works for me. Alright, so we're going to continue putting points in int here, because I had kind of a bad int roll here. When you see me fall down there, by the way, that means I fell into the wall. That's just an arena thing. Arena is pretty unique in the... yes, you move faster, strafe running. Arena is pretty unique in that it's kind of like Minecraft, a little bit. Just a little bit, though. In that you can create and destroy pieces of the dungeon using spells. Alright, so now that we're done with Skyrim, we're going to go to Elden Root here. So that's something that you definitely couldn't do in the later games. It's nighttime. Great. Great.
I have a $5 donation from Yellow Killer Bee. I love the Elder Scrolls. Thanks for playing these, Perry. It's really nice to get to see Arena, especially. Put my money towards the Dishonored Max.
Excellent. Thank you,
Yellow Killer Bee.
Thank you so much. Sorry I missed your run earlier. I had to get at least some sleep. I do. Hold on. Oh god, I need to not pilfer anything. Okay, there we go. That would have been real bad if I pilfered from the queen here, because... Okay. Alright, we're still good. I don't know how that happened, but we were still good. Alright. Yeah, I had to do emergency duck racing earlier, so unfortunately I missed your run. But thank you for starting early. Alright, so, that was the first leg of Elden Root, I think. Was that wherever I went to? And now we're going through this dungeon again. And yeah, regarding the questions earlier, Matt, yes, I am hosting the Marathon channel on my own channel, but I am actually broadcasting to the correct channel here. It should all be working. Alright. And with that, we're almost done with things for me to say about Arena, and we're not even close to being done with Arena. So if you have any questions about lore, I guess I can't really answer them, but I'll try. Or Shenmue stuff, I don't know. There really isn't that much to say about Arena, except it's the easiest Elder Scrolls speedrun, if you want to learn one. It has kind of the least amount of RNG. It has the least execution. Just getting it to work and getting the game is actually probably the hardest part. I actually got the game because when I bought Daggerfall back in the day, it came with this version of the game. Black Duck is my favorite duck because I always bet on black.
What is your favorite Elder Scrolls casually and why?
Casually? Probably Skyrim. Because even though it's a smaller game world, it's kind of a toss-up between Daggerfall and Skyrim, but I'd probably have to go with Skyrim because reasons.
When I meant hosting, I meant like broadcasting directly.
Yeah, he's the restreamer right now.
We got it.
Okay.
Arena came out
Also-
in '92, I think.
What is your favorite duck?
My favorite duck is Black Duck. Always bet on black. Yep. Very important.
Which
we got that
of
out
the
of way.
Elder Scrolls speedruns is your favorite and why?
The speedrun of Daggerfall is my favorite because there is a lot of execution-based stuff in it. There's a lot of RNG, which is kind of a bad thing, but it means that pretty much no two runs are the same, which is kind of appealing when you do, say, the same-ish runs over and over again. It's actually kind of refreshing to have some RNG to blame for stuff. It's not my fault, you guys. It's the RNG. It's the RNG. So that's probably why the Daggerfall run is my favorite. Alright, so we're done with that. Now we're going to Elsewhere. This is Corinth. Corinth is usually the place where I get the first hotbox of the run, but we already got one earlier. Great, so hopefully we don't get one now. Nope, we just got here during nighttime. Great. But yeah, the first Elder Scrolls that I ever played was a demo of Daggerfall when that came out. And then I bought Daggerfall a few years later. I'm putting all my points in Int because I need Int to cast those that invincibility spell, and it gives me a little extra wiggle room, I guess, to make mistakes. And I don't need to put points in speed because I made that speed buff spell towards the beginning of the run. And the spell is super cheap to cast, and it completely maxes out our speed. You can't go over 100 points of speed, or 100 points in any attribute, really. So, there's no real point in, Alright, yes. Very important I said yes there. For whatever reason, he wasn't talking to me immediately, so I was a little concerned there. But we're in there. Yeah, the Daggerfall demo is incredible. I, too, played that for a long time.
What is the estimate for each of the 5 games individually for the Anthology?
Oh, God. Arena estimate is low 30s, probably. Daggerfall is anywhere from high 20s to... probably not 40, but somewhere around there. Morrowind is 5.5 to 6 minutes. Oblivion is 7 minutes, let's say. And Skyrim real time is probably 55. Or 52, maybe? Skyrim is actually speed ran with no load timers, which I can't actually have open. RIP. The Daggerfall demo is actually a custom-made thing. There's an island just south of the Daggerfall province. You can actually see it on the map here. That in the full game has like nothing in it, but in the demo it's like filled with towns. Well, I'll tell you about my Daggerfall strats when we get to it. It will not be excessively long Daggerfalling here. It will not be a dagger fail. I promise. It might be an invalid run, but it'll be short. Yeah, if you haven't seen the Morrowind or Oblivion runs, get ready for it. Because they are pretty short. They are pretty short. Alright, so right here, this is actually where the Daggerfall demo took place. So it's right over there. Wait, what am I doing? Maybe Chops? Chops, you should know all about cheating in Elder Scrolls speedruns. Please, you can't give me that. Also, I usually have a no-board overlay with the keys that I'm pressing during runs on my own channel. So if you're wondering exactly what I'm doing or you need tutorials and all that, I do a run of this every once in a while. I also have notes for every game linked on my channel, so if you feel like you want to learn these runs for yourself, got notes already made. No, don't call the speed police. I will not be dragged in front of the speedrun Supreme Court over this. Not over Arena. Alright, so we gotta rest for 1 hour again to get Spooky Ghost cut. Oh, that's not Spooky Ghost. Wait. Alright, so if this happens, you need to summon the Spooky Ghost at the next town that you go to. Alright, so even if I got here during the day, I needed to go here and rest for an hour to get Spooky Ghost to appear. Like that. You cannot... oh, jeez. You cannot progress in the main quest unless you've talked to the Spooky Ghost. Oh my god, please. Game, please. Oh, you'll learn all about Life Force in Arena once you see the hype ending to Arena. Yes, Anthology is 5 games. Arena is 1, Daggerfall is 2, Morrowind is 3, Oblivion is 4, and Skyrim is 5. We do not count Redguard nor Battlespire. So learning the route through towns here is probably the hardest part of learning Arena, and then everything else is just don't fall asleep during the run, which is occasionally pretty hard. I think you can walk from city to city, but you can't walk to dungeons. I believe that's a distinction that they make in Arena. Though I have confession, I have not played Arena casually. The most Arena playing I've done has been in a speedrun setting. Because I'll be honest with you guys, Arena is not very fun. It's a different kind of RPG than even like Daggerfall is. And I'm not about this game. Oh man. Luckily the speedrun is super easy. Arena boys, exactly. So we're a bit past the halfway point. Well, not quite. I say we're at the halfway point, but we're actually way past that. Yep, we are literally going to the same dungeon 17 times. It is the same exact... Your eyes are not deceiving you. We're going to the same exact dungeon 17 times for Arena. Which is why, if you're at least learning the game, you only have to learn that dungeon once. So that's nice. Yeah, it's a glitch with the quest handling and the quest object handling, in that that piece of paper in the dungeon, when you pick it up, it marks your current step in the main quest as complete. And there's a bug in this particular version of the game, which is the CD version 1.07. that causes that object to respawn. And that means that we could just pick that thing up over and over again and complete the main quest that way. We don't even have to do the final dungeon. Yep. Yeah, this Arena is the flat-out 100% the most boring part of Anthology, but unfortunately we can't exclude it from the Anthology. It's like, okay guys, we're gonna do all of the Elder Scrolls games except the really boring one. If only that were a category. It's almost over, you guys, though. It's almost over. And then we will be into the non-stop thrills and chills and spills of Daggerfall, which I am kind of not looking forward to. Alright, so now that we're done with that area, we're going to Camlorn. Yeah, we don't do the final dungeon. Yeah, except the boring one. There's actually two categories for Anthology %. This is the shorter of the two categories. There's also Fun %, which is... Wait, what? Okay. Which is any % arena. All main quests... Oh, good. Oh, good. We got Hotbox here. This is the worst place to get a Hotbox. Any % arena, all main quests Daggerfall, which is roughly half an hour longer. All main quests Morrowind. No Out of Bounds, Oblivion, and any % Skyrim.
Not all guilds.
I don't think so. I'll have to talk to the Skyrim Supreme Court about that one. I am not part of that court. But yeah, Skyrim has the most categories, by the way. There's like 5 or 6. This realistically only has one category, because I think the person routing all main quests, the current world record holder Shizudo Tengoku, I think he died while routing this. Probably a boredom. So that's why we don't have an all main dungeons % of arena, and I think I'm okay with that. Not with him dying, but not with having all main dungeons arena. The Elder... Oh, that's true. I am on the Elder Council, that is the thing. There's a Twitch team of just Elder Scrolls speedrunners. Hey man, this is the Elder Scrolls. Things are gonna get dark very quickly at any time. Alright, so hopefully we don't get another hotbox here in High Rock. This is a place where there's significant RNG. If I get another hotbox here, I'll be very disappointed. Yeah, Arena is cursed. That sounds about right. No, Shizu's in Australia. He didn't fall from the roof. Yeah, that's, I've had some weird stuff happen in my stream. That was one of them. I was on a very good Shenmue 2 run, and a guy in my apartment complex fell off his balcony and landed in front of my, my driveway. That was a weird day.
Well, he was actually watching the run.
Yep. That was right after I threw a world record. Yeah, that was... Yeah.
He couldn't deal with it anymore.
Yep. Alright, good news, guys. We didn't get a second hotbox here. The run is saved. Oh no, alright. This... Okay. We're still in there. That guy's not dead, by the way. Yeah.
Is he in a coma still?
I don't know. That last I heard of it.
Right on.
Alright, so we're gonna talk to this guy again, and we're done with the RNG part of all the towns. But hey! We got a nice run there. This might actually be a PB for, Anthology Arena. Alright, so go make a cup of coffee or something, you guys. You'll have just enough time to get it made before we start Daggerfall. You guys being silly in chat. I haven't seen anywhere near enough cat bags, by the way. Just saying. There we go. Yep, there we go. I did a little too much duck racing today, so I need the power of Cat Bag to get me through this. The world of Arena is smaller than Daggerfall, but it's still bigger than all the other places. Alright, so now we're going to Stormhold. This place is way easier to get to. Yeah, this run is doing pretty much the same thing 17 times. Yep. This might... Okay, there's people walking around, but the nighttime music is playing, so... We'll see if this door is locked. If it's locked, then whoops. Okay, it's not locked. We're good. We in there. The other Elder Scrolls runs are not like this. They actually require tech. They go to more than one place. It's just Arena that is hype central. Stormhold? I don't know. So far I've managed not to get stuck in a wolf. I'd like to keep that up. I have to pass by the wolf like 6 more times. And that's 6 more opportunities for the run to just die right then and there. Also right there, you can get stuck on the those little raised portions of the dungeon. You can fall through the center of them and just get stuck there. And there's really no way out. You can also get stuck on those zombie things, which is great. So far, so good, though. Yeah, it's twice per area. Alright. So we'll be done with this area shortly. Donation incentive for me to punch my way out of a wolf. Well, there is a time-honored tradition whenever you get world record in this game to go have a showdown with the ambushes after you get it. This will not be world record, but I can show you how fast you die in Arena, though. That could be a thing. Because yeah, in Arena, if you don't fight back immediately, you will die in 3 seconds, maybe? Sometimes even less. Sometimes you can just be straight up one-shot by things. Even in the speedrun. Which is why you gotta be really fast doing pretty much anything in here. Also another thing, it's very hard to pick up this piece of paper. That is legitimately one of the harder things to do in this run, is picking up a piece of paper. That just kind of says a lot about the speedrun, and also how bad the click detection is. And case in point, it was a struggle opening that door. Alright, so this is the last time we're going to see the spooky ghost here. Hopefully? Hopefully? Yeah, alright, there we go. Alright, so, there's also another weird thing with that bug about the piece of paper respawning. So we only have to go to Marwyn once, and just start the quest, and then we can just go back and forth and pick up the piece of paper, and then you'll see what happens when we pick up the last piece of paper. This is the last piece of... Oh, God. I was about to say, this is the last time the game control us, and it did. We got a hotbox. So this is a pretty long walk to the palace, and we're walking at half speed here, because we got the distance fog going, and then the hotbox texture over our view. Welcome to Arena. We're almost done, though. This is the last walk through city that we have to do. Okay. Going here. Gotta make sure I say yes to the king. This is also the last time you could accidentally soft lock. So we gotta click on the king and spam yes. Yes, there we go. We didn't soft lock. Hey. Okay. Alright, so now we got 3 more trips to this dungeon. And then we will see the hype ending for Arena, which is actually one of the better endings in the Elder Scrolls games, in my opinion. It's kind of a good reward for all this incredible gameplay that you have to go through to get to it. It's actually kind of an okay ending. Oh no, okay. I almost got caught on the moaning zombie thing. Alright, so we're gonna head out again, and we're not going back to Morrowind. We're going to just go to a town and then return here again. That causes the piece of paper to respawn. We're gonna go here. And then back to Stonekeep. Yep, the most hype ending for the most boring game. That is 100% accurate. Alright, don't get caught on a wolf. Oh, alright. Also, another thing I should mention is that revving up against monsters causes your spells to last not as long. I think it's because it's using up, like, combat rounds quicker. There's also, if you might have noticed in the spell creation that I was, like, selecting rounds for stuff. I have no idea what a round even is in this, but you use up rounds faster whenever you run into monsters. No, I don't think this is Ultima Underworld Engine. I think this is an in-house thing. I know that Daggerfall uses the X engine, but I'm not sure about Arena. I know the cursor looks the same as Ultima Underworld, but I don't actually know. I just go fast and push buttons. Alright, so this is our last time through the dungeon here. And here is the end of Arena. Hey, this ending's pretty good. Because we picked up a piece of paper 17 times, and it causes this to happen. Right over here.
You must not! The jewel holds my life force!
Yep. We made a man's face melt. This ending is pretty good. I wasn't lying.
Thou art truly a child of the Empire. I thank thee for thy assistance. I have a particular idea as to the question of your service in mind. From this day forth, thou art named the Eternal Champion. From thy hand shall be dealt the needs of the Empire. I, Uriel Septim, true Emperor of Tamriel, do decree and thus make law. Arise, my champion, and take thy rightful place at my side.
Okay, so that is the ending to Arena. Ah, what a great game. Okay, so one other thing that we usually like to show here. So remember that guy in the coat thing that was real mad at us for a long time?
Do not fear, for it is I, Ria.
That isn't the correct voice for this guy. We're not sure why this happens, but this happens. So that's Spooky Ghost Lady's voice, and now this is how we traditionally end arena runs. That's how quickly you die, and it just kind of dumps you out to the title screen. Alright, so now let's move on to Daggerfall. Change this. Alright, I don't have to change anything. Great. Alright, so I should point out here before we start, I have cheat mode set to 1. This is an invalid run if I use cheats. It's kind of invalid already, but I don't want this run to be 4 hours long. So if I need to, I have a backup here. All right? Just so we got that out of the way. All right, so Daggerfall. Let's do this. So we go to Somerset. We need to make a male high elf. Yep, the hacks. Alright, so we're putting full points into int and speed. I'm going to hit the U key here, which actually isn't a cheat. It's a debug key left in the game, and that changed that back to 0. We're going to call ourselves Catbag class, because catbags are classy. We're going to select Thaumaturgy, Mysticism, and Destruction. Wait, no, Running. Hold on. Hold on, you guys. I know how to play this. Okay. Illusion, Jumping, and Destruction. I'll explain why I'm doing those in particular once we get into the game later. We're going to set this to 4, change this to Majory 3x, change this to General, do this, do this. This is to get us max points that we can do. Oh god, alright. Mistakes were made there. We're going to be Dreadgasm. Okay. This'll do. This'll do. Yeah, no blunt weapons, I'm sorry. We are high elf with no blunt weapon experience. Okay. Oh, no. Okay. So I messed up the question input there in the create your background thing. But not a huge deal. We want to say no tutorial, change that and that, delete those. We're going to save the game because Daggerfall likes to crash. We're going to go over here. We're going to hit Alt F11 twice. Hey, there's the exit to the dungeon. What do you know? Alright, so now we're going to go to Harsley Grange here. And we're going to go to this place, Rip Market. Alright, so Daggerfall has a kind of odd movement glitch in it. This is called a buffer jump. This lets you move way faster than just walking normally. It's even faster than using a horse. So what you do there is you hold forward. Oh, hold on, I'll explain that later. We're going to borrow a whole bunch of money and then never pay it back. I borrow 50k and withdraw 49k because bank fees. Daggerfall. So yeah, I'm buffering a jump into a menu and then exiting the menu, and it just shoots you forward. So here we're going to join the Mages Guild, and I need to buy some spells here. So the first one is a leveling spell, which is Water Walking. It is Light. And it is Open. Okay, call that leveling. Next spell is Teleport. Next spell is an invisibility spell, which is up here. Okay. Yep, that is a grill. I can confirm. Levitate is next. I set the icon to that one to something that's eye-catching, because I need to know when Levitate is wearing out. Next is a damage spell. I just call this one Boom. So for this one, you set this to about 12 per 5 levels, and that's very important you set it to area at range, because we're going to be doing a glitch with that. And then the last spell that we need is Slow Fall. Also needed for a glitch. Alright, so those... Alright, sure, that's Slow Fall. Sure. Alright, so now we're going to head out, and we're going to get our leveling on here. Game likes to crash, we'll do that. Alright, so what I'm doing there is power leveling. Alright, so what I'm doing is I'm holding down the open spellbook key, the enter key, the jump key, the forward key, and the run key. I think that was all of them. And in doing so, we are casting our leveling spell every single frame while we are slow falling and jumping everything. And what's happening there is the leveling system in Daggerfall is pretty much the same as it is in Morrowind, probably, where you you gain skill points, and you need a certain amount of skill points to get a level up. And in Daggerfall, you get quests based on your level. I believe it's the only Elder Scrolls where that's kind of an issue. It kind of is an arena, but only for the first quest. So we're going to grind until level 7 or 8 here. Usually level 7. If you're doing attempts, you'd be counting how many that you do. But since I've been talking, I haven't really counted. Yes, there's boobs pretty much everywhere in Daggerfall. I did not turn on the child guard feature, so if we happen to run across any boobs, just cover your eyes. I'll give you a lewd warning, maybe. I kind of know where they happen. We're level 6. Okay, we need one more level. So we're almost done with the leveling. This is the most tedious part of the Daggerfall run. And it's not very long. So we are almost done with the tedious part. So this should do it right here. Level 7, there we go. And we maxed out int, which is perfect, because I need all the ints I can get. Alright, so now we're going to start our first quest here. We're going to go down to Chesterhead Wood, and then this place, Wayrest, I think? Yeah, Wayrest. Alright, you guys. We in there. We are past the leveling section. I'm actually going to save. Because Daggerfall likes to crash. Have I mentioned that before? Daggerfall crashes a little bit. Alright, so this is the first boss, and we beat the first boss already. That is the hedge boss, and hedge boss loves to just cost you all the time. That is true, Danawar. That is true. Alright, so here I'm going to jump, cast Levitate a couple times. I'm going to uncrouch, because I crouched for some reason. Go up here and talk to her. She's the first quest giver. Say yes. I'm going to set our anchor here. We're going to Alt F11 back to the door. And the game crashes. Nice. Well, there's crash number 1. Somebody keep a counter. Or somebody drink. Somebody's probably doing a drinking game for how many times Daggerfall crashed. There you go. There's one. Oh, baby. So I had a pretty conservative estimate here, and it took into account all of the times that Daggerfall can crash. So we're still good. This game has to crash a whole lot to be to mess with any sort of estimate. I'm going to save closer to the door here, just in case we have to do that again. Just in case. Yep, that was a dagger fail. That might have been my fault as well, but let's just say it was the game's fault, not mine. Alright, so let's do this again. Also, another really crappy thing with that happening in particular is that every time you reload the game, it shuffles your spell order. So now all my spells are in the completely wrong or different order than they should have been. So now I have to double check where things are, and that's awful. Alright, so this is where we want to go. Here is the first instance of turning Daggerfall into a flight simulator. So we just clicked through a wall, and now we're in space. We're going to talk to this guy from Out of Bounds, and teleport on back. So get used to seeing that type of view. It's what we're going to be doing for most of Daggerfall. Daggerfall isn't actually an RPG, it's a flight sim. A space flight sim, no less. Alright. I'm going to head on out.
How
I'm
hard
save
are
the game.
the clips in Daggerfall?
Very easy. That one is just run into the wall until you start climbing. And then, once you're climbing, you look for a yellow thing on the wall, and you stop climbing, and you'll fall out of bounds. The other clips I'll explain when we get to them. This is the infamous werewolf quest that if you've heard anything about Daggerfall speedrunning, you probably heard, man, if it weren't for this one quest, this run would be pretty good. This is that quest. This is the werewolf. So, Daggerfall isn't really a random game. If you just use the version that Bethesda posted on their site for free, by the way, this game is for free from Bethesda, from their website. All the dungeons will be the same for everybody that has that version of the game. So in that respect, Daggerfall is not random. But there is still a whole lot of random stuff to this. Like this, for instance. Alright, the haunt of Litho. Litho something. We'll save there. The Haunt of Lith. So this is the quest that could take, let's say, 5 seconds or 5 hours to find where we're going. Okay, so I mentioned clips before. Here's the easy way to clip. You just go to a slant the surface like this, crouch, and then boom. And then boom. Just like that. Alright, so we'll save here. So now here's the dungeon layout. This is a big dungeon. I'm going to have to start looking to the north here. So I'm going to give this, we're at 50-ish minutes on the timer. I'll give this, let's say, 6 minutes before I just use the cheat code to go directly to the werewolf. It'll be an invalid run at that point, but we kind of have to keep things moving here. So what I'm doing is I'm looking for the werewolf, looking and listening for the werewolf. The werewolf has a very particular sound that it makes once you come across it. It could be right over here. It's not. Okay. And it also kind of has a distinct look to it. There you go, that's the link. You can absolutely post a link to that. So this is a huge dungeon. It could be right here. If it's right here, I'll be so stoked. And is it? Those are spooky ghosts. Alright, it could be down here as well. So, the way that that Daggerfall puts together its dungeons, it's kind of like pre-made modules that kind of slaps together. I'm not doing 30 minutes of werewolf. No, I will not do that to you guys. This is probably one of the worst kinds of dungeons you can get, by the way. This is, I'm not happy about this dungeon layout. So if anything, this just shows you how awful the RNG can be here. Here's another place that it could have spawned, but it didn't. Whoa, wait. That's the werewolf. That's a werewolf sound. Where are you? Where are you? Werewolf. Hold on. Okay. Just in case it crashes, that's where we are. There you are. Hey, this is probably the werewolf. Hey, there it is. Alright. This didn't take a million years. Our run is not... Fuck. Guys, I goofed. Just kind of a lot, actually. I'm a little embarrassed about what just happened here. I forgot to set an anchor at the castle. So, I need to... Hold on, I need to levitate. Oh, man. This is embarrassing. I need to manually go back to the castle. Well... It's not RIP. No, it's not RIP. It's just I need to manually go back to the castle here. Great. That wasn't even a bad werewolf either. That didn't take forever, but this made it into a bad werewolf because I couldn't teleport directly back to the castle, so I have to do the walk of shame or the super jump of shame here. This isn't a huge deal, but it's just...
I could have sworn I saw you set that anchor.
Yeah, I set the first one, but not the second one. The second one's more important. It's not a big deal. That's like an extra 40 seconds. So I can set... Hey, I'll set that anchor right here, and we'll be fine now. We'll be fine. Alright, so return that in. Dreadgasm, you did good. You done good, Dreadgasm. Alright, so here's another piece of RNG here. So we're going to cross market. Okay. I'm setting my anchor point here, you guys. Don't worry about it. We're going to like cross court. Yeah, it's 40 seconds, but believe me, it could be way worse. There's huge time variance for just this quest. Cross court? There's no place called cross court. Great. Great. Hold on. The log of shame. Cross market. Great. Cross market. Alright, so this is a courier quest. This, like the werewolf, is horrible. So here's a zombie. We're gonna blow up the zombie with magic. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh my god. That has never happened before. That is a legit... That has never happened before. Alright, at least I know where the werewolf is. But, okay, I'm gonna set my, my teleport point here. Oh my god, you guys. That has never happened. I think my regular stream viewers can attest. That has never happened before, legitimately. I have never gotten wrecked by that zombie before. That was a lucky hit. And I can't even right now. I actually can't even.
That Daggerfall is Purry's favorite Elder Scrolls speedrun.
Yeah, this is still my favorite Elder Scrolls.
Also a reminder, you guys made him do this by making him stay up and do duck races. Friendly reminder.
No, this would have been just as bad if I got sleep. Don't you worry about it. Oh my god. That, Daggerfall is merciless, you guys. No, the zombie didn't have spell reflect, it just hit me. It melee attacked me and one-shot me. That is...
incredible.
That is some great stuff right there. That actually... Exactly, criminals got it. That has never happened before, ever.
Marathon left.
Oh, it got a critical hit or something. Usually it doesn't even get an attack in, I just kill it right away. Yeah, I'm absorbing my own spells, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but that's why I did area at range for my boom spell. Because I'm casting spells that do damage around me. So now we're going to Blackwalled. Hopefully Blackwalled is not as train wreck city as that last place was. I'm also going to save the game again here. Alright.
Trainwreck City.
Yep. We're not going to Trainwreck City anymore. Ever. Alright, zombie. Round 2. What you got? I'm keeping you as far away from me as I can. There we go. Hey, we beat the zombie this time. Okay. So now, here's the NPC. I actually don't trust what that guy says, so I'm going to talk to her. Alright. Oh, by the way, this is amazing luck, because the last time that we got a place to go, it was just a residence. Now we have a clothing store to go to. And regulars of my stream will know what why I'm hyped for this.
Oh man.
Oh man, indeed. Alright, so here's the palace in Chardon in 8 days. We don't care about that for now. What we care about is... Not that. Not that. Nope. I am a little disappointed by what's happening here. Game, please. Game? Are you for real? Hold on. Alright, Charton is what the guy said. While we're here... This isn't a Daggerfall run. There we go. There we go. Now we're ready to Daggerfall. Okay, so the guy said Charton in 8 days. It is actually 4 days to Charton. So I'm going to save the game. This part is RNG because the guys lied to you. So Charton is 2 days away. I'm also going to travel 2 days away from here and then 2 days back. Yep, we got the Purry sweater. Alright. So 2 days and then back to 2 days. No, we're not getting a cart. I was doing RNG manipulation with the sweater. Even though there really isn't any RNG left in the run. Minor detail. Alright, so now that we're in Chardon, I need to find an NPC and ask about people, and yes, the person did not leave. So one of the really dumb things about this quest is that there's a small time window for the person you're supposed to meet for the quest here. If you're not at the palace within that time window, they'll just straight up leave, and if they leave, your run is over. You cannot get the quest back, you can't redo it, you do not pass go, all that business. But they should be here. This door might be locked, and it's locked naturally, because marathons. So now we need to... Oh, go. First try. I'll take that. The last time I did a practice run, the last locked door that I ran into, I kicked it for 5 minutes, and it didn't open. 5 minutes. I went and I looked at my VOD. It was 5 minutes. Alright, so we're turning in that quest. We're going to start a new one here. Very important that you start that one. Alright, and then we're done with the palace. So next quest is, we're going to Skorg Barrow. So that's that mummy that wrecked me before. Was actually a quest giver. So, we're going to fulfill that quest. The guy said, "Hey, I need your help with something. Also, don't die to the zombie." Whoops. So it took 2 tries to not die to the zombie, but eventually we got the notice from that guy. Another thing I should mention here is that you can see me falling through the void. If you fall through the void and keep falling and you just cast Levitate, you will die the second you cast Levitate. Or you'll take enough damage that you'll probably die. You have to cast Slow Fall first, or else you'll take fall damage. Alright, also, I clicked on that guy 1 extra time after accepting the quest that pre-turned in the quest. Don't think about it too hard, it's just Daggerfall things. Alright, so now we're going to go do that quest that Spooky Crypt guy gave us. So we're going to the Palace and Sentinel. This is, I think, the biggest building in the game. That's your dagger fact for this run. Biggest building in the game. We used to go here like 3 times in the old route, but now we only go here once. Which is nice, because it's kind of a long run to get here. Alright. Now we're going to go blow up another skeleton thing inside here. We're going to go over here, we're going to jump, levitate, and clip out through the ceiling. So, while I'm flying over here, I'll mention that slanted surfaces are the key to clipping out of bounds in Daggerfall. Yeah, pre-turned in. You'll see what I mean in a second here after I kill this. This is our quest target. Once I kill this thing... There we go. Look at that thing. That's pretty swag. So what that did was gave us the quest turn-in prompt. That otherwise we would have to fly all the way back to Spooky Crypt Guy and say, "Hey, we killed that skeleton. Are you proud of us?" Instead, we pre-turned it in, and we don't have to return it to him. Alright, so here is a enormous sequence break. For the next parts of the quest here, you're supposed to do some quests in Sentinel to get the location of things. But as it turns out, you can just go directly to the quest locations by flying. We're about to do a huge flying glitch here. Alright, so I'm going to turn on the full screen compass here. Look right there. So I'm looking at the compass and lining that up properly. Alright, so now I'm going to buffer jump, and then after I jump, I'm going to slow fall. And cast that a few times. Okay, so what's happening right now, my hands are off the keyboard. We're currently flying across the island right now at very fast speeds. So when you do a buffer jump while looking up at the sky and then slow falling, you're essentially flying. There really isn't a fast flight spell in Daggerfall, but this is the closest thing to it. And if we walked here normally at walking speed, or even did that buffer jump thing, this would take like 3 minutes, I think, to get here. If we do this strat, it's like 45 seconds. So I'm slightly moving the mouse. Okay, so that's how I know we're back on the ground. Okay. And then I need to keep heading this direction. The lineup for this is very precise. Oh. Great. I goofed this. The lineup for this is really precise because this is a very long jump. There we go, we made it. A very long jump, and being off by even 1 degree of the compass can make you miss the target. But we made it. we all good. So this is Fedora's tower. We're gonna be here like 4 or 5 times, I think. So we're gonna climb up this wall here. We're gonna levitate, and then clip on out. And we're gonna fly over to Fedora. Her name's actually Medora, but you know, 1 letter difference. So we're gonna talk to her. Okay. And then set our teleport anchor here, and then Alt F11 back to the door. Don't get wrecked by the skeleton. Okay. And then we're off to Shidungeon. Yep, I tip my fedora to Ms. Medora. Yep, this wizardry. So here, same drill. We're going to climb up the wall until we get all the way to the top, levitate, clip on out of bounds. So also don't mind the music kind of doing weird things. I pretty much only speedrun games that have music glitches. Both this and Shenmue 2 have pretty gnarly music glitches. Alright, so we're teleporting back. We got that... I just love that it's called Druggasm. Alright, so we're going to anchor here, save the game, and then Alt F11 our way back out again. Alright, so now we're off to Orsinium. So, if you're familiar with the old, or the newer, I guess, Elder Scrolls games, the orcs are a playable race in those. They are not playable in Daggerfall or Arena. That's because they're strictly an enemy race in those games. So this is actually the quest that makes them not an enemy race. Invisible, levitate. Okay. Jubith. Okay, that's not a bad one. So what happened there was I got the quest for the location for the mummy quest, which will be important later. So there's like 6 different dungeons that the mummy quest could take place in, and Cathedral Jubith is an okay one to get. I still have to do a little bit of searching for the mummy, but it shouldn't take me forever to find it. There's some mummy locations that just take forever. That is not one of them. Alright, so now we're going to Alt F11 back to the entrance here, leave, and we're going to go to the Cathedral Jubith again. So I'm making sure not to reset my teleport anchor. No, orcs are not playable in Daggerfall. Maybe in a mod, but not here. Okay, so yep, I know exactly where I am. The mummy should be right below me here. In theory. Probably in theory. Right here. You'll see it spawn in. There we go. There's our mummy, boys. See? And it's not even doing spell reflect. We in there. This is the run. There we go. I told you. Easy. Every time. I wasn't at all worried there. Not at all worried. Alright, so we're going to talk to her to turn in the dust. We're going to reset our teleport anchor again. Alt F11 our way back out again. Hopefully the game doesn't crash. It didn't. Excellent. So now we're going to head back to Daggerfall. We're going to take a roundabout way back there. Because when we turned in the... Don't crash. When we turned in the mummy stuff, she said, that's great and all, but you need to come back in 30 days, and she'll prepare this, whatever this stuff is. So we still have to turn in the orc quest anyways, so we use that time to go back here. Alt F11 is a debug code put in the most recent patch of the game. Left by the developers so that if you get stuck out of bounds, it'll bring you to the last position that your feet touch the ground. And after plenty of discussion and debate with Daggerfall speedrun people, we concluded that it is totally okay to use that in runs. So, and one of the big reasons for it being okay is that it is not listed in the cheats section of the README. It is actually in a different section. So that is our reasoning, and we're sticking to it. Please send all your complaints to twitch.tv/DrTchops. Okay, so we talked to her. She gave us the dust. So now we're gonna Alt F11 our way back out again. Okay, I just had to remember where I am. So now we're going to Tamborn. and West Castle. So just like the quest, I don't know, 15 minutes ago, we're going to do a super jump to where we want to go. Yep. Dr. T-Chops is the speedrun ombudsman for Daggerfall runs, so all complaints, direct them to him. He will address each and every one, form a single file line. Alright, so right here, similar drill, except I use the other compass for this. So I'm looking at the lower right. We're going 1, 2, 3, 4 pixels this way. This should bring me to where I want to go. If not, then I'll be a little disappointed. So I'm probably going to have to run a little bit to get to where I want to go. Just a little bit, though. Okay. Look at that sweater. That was so worth it, getting that thing. Okay, so there we go. That's what I wanted to see. So here's the crypt. You normally get this location from doing two quests. Yeah, Chops is a sweepy. Exactly. I was wondering when that was going to be spammed in chat. Well done, guys. Well done. All right, so here is the crypt of the spooky vengeance guy. You know, if you played this game before and you went to Daggerfall at night, there is a spooky ghost that goes vengeance, and it's very spooky. This is the guy who does that. Well done, Chops. Okay. So we fly through space here, down to the coffin of Vengeance King. Okay. There's a cutscene there of the spooky ghost king, like, waking up in his grave or whatever, but we skip that because gotta go fast. Alright, so now we're off to Woodbourne Hall. This is kind of the last place where you could literally die. I'd rather didn't do that, but it can happen. It is a very bad time if it does happen, though, because it makes this part way dumber. And I'd rather just have this go smoothly. Thanks. I already died once already, and it was kind of the worst. Hey, Momo. It was kind of the worst dying before to that zombie, which I'll point out again has never happened before, ever. It is a legitimate that has never happened before. If I die here, it has definitely happened before. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. By the way, this is Lord Woodbourne. Lord Woodbourne is currently stuck in the wall. Don't worry about it. Lord Woodbourne can have a male or female character model. It's kind of random what you get. Alright, so here we're going to travel around until we get a letter from our quest contact here. So this is the absolute last place where there's RNG in the run, I swear. I swear, you guys. Longway Minster. So this is probably a good town to get. Whether or not you get a big town or a small town here is the RNG here. And this looks like a relatively smallish town. Alright, so I'm going to YOLO here. Your quest contact is always in an inn. There she is. Hey, our YOLO works. Quest contacts are always in an inn, and inns always look like this. In areas north of this part. So, it is pretty easy to tell where inns are, and she's always in an inn, which is convenient. Alright, so this is the second to last quest in the game. We're gonna go back to Castle Daggerfall, steal something from their treasure hold, and then give it right back to the guy we stole it from. And that lets you complete the game, kind of. Daggerfall's a little weird. You hadn't figured that out already. Alright, so same drill. We're doing the super jumps while looking at the sky. Looking at the sky makes, it gives you like 30% more length to your jumps. Good for a casual playthrough? Yeah. If you take it very slow and make maps and all that and don't get frustrated easily, then yes. You'll have a good time with this. Levitate. Alright, so I set my my teleport point back there. Oh god, please. No. Oh. This, that also doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. That is the levitate up of shame. I messed up the positioning in the clip there, and I couldn't just go straight out through the wall. That is very disappointing. Alright, so here we're going to clip back in bounds. Hopefully not die. We're going to clip up through the bottom of this. Grab this as a quest item. Teleport back to that throne room. We're going to talk to this guy. Say no. Dreadgasm wants none of that. We're going to save the game in case it crashes right here. Because it still can. This game can still crash. Okay, we're going to head over to the dungeon, and then this is the end of the game. No, that wasn't a baby. That was the totem. So the overarching main quest line of the game is there is an enormous golem that the old king of the old emperor or something used to conquer the land. And all these people in Daggerfall are trying to get like the awakening key through this thing that's called the totem. And now what we're doing right now is we are in the final dungeon of the game. And we're going to go to the power source of that enormous golem. I think. Probably, maybe. Okay, so we're going to clip out of bounds right here. Turn around. And then head on down here. So this is a little hard to see. But you have a very narrow margin for error in this dungeon. If I go even a little bit too far to the right here, the game will crash. Because I'm not sure if I explain this fully, but if you go outside of the bounds of the dungeon where it determines, hey, there should be dungeon here, or hey, there shouldn't be dungeon here, the game will just straight up crash every time, without fail. Alright, so I'm waiting for my levitate to fall out here, and naturally I used one levitate too many, so we gotta do scrub strats here. So we're gonna clip back in bounds right here. We're gonna click on this thing. And then we're going to wait for the text docs to appear, and that is the end of Daggerfall. Right now, it is time for Daggerfall. No, this game is not AO.
Great Numidium comes to the call of the Dragon of Daggerfall. The armies of Sentinel and Wayless fall like scattered leaves, leaving Daggerfall in secure control of the Iliad Bay.
Yep, not so fast, Dreadgasm. Your work is done, Dreadgasm. The world is no longer as it once was. Okay, so let's take a look at this stunning example of humanity here. And look at this. Yeah, one last look at this. The other wardrobe choices in the other games are nowhere near as swag. Yeah, the timer ends when we're done with all 5 games. Anthology % is all 5 numbered Elder Scrolls games. So this is number 3. This is Morrowind. I should mention right off the bat here that Morrowind is played on the 1.0 version of the game. This is pretty much the only Elder Scrolls run where you need, hold on a second, I need to turn this down, otherwise your ears will all be blown out, and so will mine. Okay, I'm going to turn that down. There we go. Okay. Much better. That would have been real bad.
Stand up. There you go. You were dreaming. What's your name?
Alright. We are still Dreadgasm.
Well, not even last night's storm could wake you. I heard them say we...
Hey, thank you, Gamer Domi.
I'm sure...
A sub 5 Morrowind? Probably not.
Quiet.
Let's say probably not.
This is where you get off. Come with me.
Lewd. Okay, so this is where time starts for Morrowind. Usually you can get around this guy if you're good before you even get to the stairs, but I'm not good. So the first part of Morrowind is just this little tutorial area. We got to make our character and all that. And then the run gets significantly crazier. Alright, so we're making a red guard.
Great. I'm sure you'll fit right in. Follow me up to the office and they'll finish your release.
You don't start Daggerfall as a captive.
Yes,
or Redguard.
I've been expecting you. You'll have
Or
to be
Battlespire.
reported before you're officially released.
The rest, yeah.
We can do this, and the choice is yours.
Alright, so we're gonna make our own, or pick our own. We're gonna be a barbarian.
Very good. The letter that preceded you mentioned you were born under a certain sign. And what would that be?
Alright, so we want to be steed because fast.
Interesting. Now, before I stamp these papers, make sure this information is correct.
Okay.
Show your papers to the captain.
Alright, take those. So you might know this trick from pretty much the day the game came out. You steal that, put it on the table, and then you can just steal it right back again. Okay, so we need to get the ring that's in this barrel here. Okay. Talk to this guy. This is what? Sure. This is Ultimate Scrub Strats here. You can't save the game until... That was a little bizarre. That does not bode well for this run. Yes, I found it. So we give him his ring back, and that gives us better... I'm going to save right here, just because that guy's not supposed to be there. Alright, so we're going to sell that. We're going to buy a lockpick. We're going to buy both of those interventions, and then one unlock spell. And then we're going to peace out. Alright, so now we're going to run over to where the guy falls out of the sky. You might know this this dude. Tar Heel. Why, thank you, Philotrax. It's over this way. Yep. We might well, actually, no, we won't. I was going to say we might hear the best line in the game, but never mind. Hey, are you going to follow this guy? Jeez. Things are just... Things are going great here, you guys. Alright. Use that. Strafe walking is the fastest way to move in this. By a considerable margin, actually. So here's forward walking, here's strafe walking. That was probably a poor example of it, but take my word for it. Okay, so here we're going to buy a Rising Force, a Marking, and a Recall. Okay, and then we're going to teleport back. This is where the game gets real dumb. Bear with me. We're going to line up with this thing right here. We're going to save the game. We're going to cast Adrenaline Rush. I should save the game again. We're going to use this flight spell. We're going to jump. I'm going to queue up the next Icarian flight. I'm looking at the lower right of the screen. When this label goes away, I recast it. And ta-da! We landed right conveniently in front of this thing. This might be hard to see. It is hard for me to see as well. I apologize. We'll be out of this area soon, though. I can also barely see. Okay. So now what I'm doing here is something called speed stacking. I am swapping between my two weapons, that regular staff thing and the sword that I picked up with the enchantment on it, very quickly with the scroll wheel. I am setting a teleport anchor there, by the way. And now we're going to go over to this this dungeon over here that I might have overshot. Oh god, this is horrible. It's over here, isn't it? It's over here. Here it is. Alright. Tragedy averted. Alright, so now we're going to go in here. We're going to, oh god, clip back in bounds. We're going to pull out this thing. Where's the guy? Here's the guy. Alright, we're going to pull back our staff here. We're going to equip our lockpick. And that one-shots this guy. We're going to take his hammer, take that thing. We're going to recast our recall potion. We're going to do this. We're going to save. We're going to click through here. Go in here. Go in here. Yes, this is also hard to see for me. Also, this is moving at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Okay, we're going to go in here. This is the end of the game, by the way. Alright, hitting this thing is really hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 hits is good enough to do this, but I do 6 just to make sure. We go up here, go up through here. It ends. That is it from Arwind.
Bear the burden of prophecy. You have achieved your destiny. You are free. The doomed Duima's folly, Lord Dagoth's temptation, the tribunal's seduction, the god's heart freed, the prophecy fulfilled. All fate sealed and sins redeemed. If you have pity, mourn the lost, but let the weeping cease. The blight is gone, and the sun's golden honey gilds the land. Hail, Savior, Hortator, and Nerevarine. Your people look to you for protection. Monster and villains, great and small, still threaten the people of Vardenfell. Enemies and evils abound, yet indomitable will might rid Morrowind of all its ills. For you, our thanks and blessing, our gift and token given. Come, take this thing from the hand of God.
Yeah, no sweater. That's true. Okay, so that's it for Morrowind. It's a pretty short game. And then on to Oblivion. We have a different layout here for Oblivion. Everything looks correct. We got the dread bag in the correct place. So Oblivion is also super short. And I made sure to log into Steam. So another thing I should mention here, everything looks fine. Oblivion is on the current up-to-date patch for this game. This is when you start timing Oblivion. So first thing that we do here, we start from a pre-made save. That's just how it goes for any percent. I went over to that spot. Hopefully this clip works first try. It didn't. Okay. So this can be sometimes consistent, sometimes finicky. So what I'm doing there is I'm quick saving in front of that particular spot. I'm loading from the menu. I'm holding forward. There we go. Held forward. I didn't move the mouse at all. So what happens there is that you have like a very small time window during a load that you can clip through things. It is a very, very short time frame. But we're going to do it again here. So I'm holding forward on the keyboard, not moving the mouse. And we should clip on... Nope, almost. We should clip on through this wall. So that skips the whole sequence of waiting for the king and... or whatever, the emperor. Why is this not clipping? Jeez. Waiting for the emperor to come on down with his guards, and they say, "Hey, prisoner, stand over there." There we go. Okay. So now we just skipped all that. So in this next area, there is a really dumb skip right here. This could take a little bit. If it takes too long, then I'll just take the walk of shame. Okay. Alright, there's another strat that I am using. We have to get through this door, and this door just doesn't want to be clipped through sometimes. So I think what I might do if this doesn't work is just take the walk of shame. Yeah, let's do the walk of shame, because we still have our speed buff. So no big deal. If you've seen the all or no out of bounds stuff, this is kind of the route that they take. So in SGDQ, in about 2 months, there will be a no out of bounds Oblivion speedrun, which is about 40-something minutes, or thereabouts. So if you want to see it's still pretty, a pretty broken speedrun. They still use a lot of really crazy glitches in that. That will be at SGDQ. Yes, I have hotkeys. So we got a damage boost there from the rat. So if I did that clip, it would have brought me right here. I would have avoided this whole walk. That is why you want to get that that clip as quickly as possible. But sometimes that clip just doesn't want to cooperate, and in a marathon setting, you're better off just taking the walk of shame. So that's what I did. We got a scheduled keep here, and Daggerfall kind of took a little bit longer than it should have. So we're going to keep on heading out here. You don't have to worry about the enemies or anything. Apparently it's only in Daggerfall that you have to worry about being killed by quest enemies. Yeah, no out of balance is a very cool run. They use a whole lot of skooma, and it's pretty incredible. So there's still more clips in this run. We just have some walking and talking to take care of first. Yes, this is on easy. All the speedruns for Oblivion are on easy. Pretty much all of the... Wait, that's Boris. Alright, so we want to make these guys go faster by encouraging them to with our fists. So we bring over Glenroy down here and then say, "Stop coming at me, bro." This makes the guys come through the doors quicker. We go over here to have the next set of guys spawn in. Okay. Alright. He'll take care of that guy, and then we'll be over here and talk to Emperor. Alright. So again, we gotta go fast. We are the steed. Yep. He's gonna tell us, "Hey, take this torch." Fine, thanks. Alright, we're gonna encourage him to walk faster again. Like this. Alright, so I'm not sure how and when the guys down here spawn in, but it looks like they didn't oh, they did. Okay, so we still have to fight these guys. Alright, fight me, bro. You fight me, bro. Alright, so the Emperor is still after me. He's still after me. He's still after me. So I gotta wait until they go back to this point here, and then this door will unlock. Alright, so here's another clip. You jump over here. You do a clip on this seam. And then, just like the beginning of the run, we're holding forward. We're going to turn to the left. And this is the end of the sewers. So we just skipped the Emperor getting killed. So in the canon of this speedrun, the Emperor never dies. But we're still going to have a new Emperor. You'll see. Alright, so that was the end of the tutorial section of Oblivion. We're now going to beat the game in about 2 minutes. It's pretty good. Alright, so we're going to the Temple District of the Imperial City. And going to the Temple of the Dragon? Temple of the Nine? I'm not sure what it's called. You don't need the amulet. It is not needed, because we can do this. So as it turns out, there's a little door behind this big door. And when you enter that little door, I need to get through this door first. This one's usually consistent. I will say that much. There we go. Here's this little door right here. Wooden door to the Temple of the One. I wonder what happens when we go through this door. Oh wait, it's the end of the game. Alright, sure. So that's how you beat Oblivion very quickly. You get out of the initial area of the game, and then you enter this little mini door in the temple, and it brings you to the end of the game. So we're waiting here for Martin. He's making his way down from wherever he was. We are too late. I know. We gotta follow the schedule. Okay.
I do what.
And that is the end of Oblivion. So the world record for Oblivion without loads is 3 minutes 57 seconds. Also, the world record for Marwyn, I did mention this, is 3 minutes 14 seconds. So as long as there's no major spaghetti drops in Skyrim, this will be perfectly on estimate. Hopefully the mega race of Dishonored is coming together. You got about an hour to get that set up. By the way, guys,
Yeah,
right after this, you're starting
We're starting super setup for the Dishonored mega race, which is right after this. The best and the brightest of Dishonored speedrunning are all going to be racing for you, so get hyped.
Yep. Arena was the longest up until this point.
Dagon is defeated. With the dragon's blood and the Amulet of Kings, we have sealed the gates of Oblivion forever. The last of the Septims passes now into history. I go gladly, for I know my sacrifice is not in vain. I take my place with my father and my father's fathers. The Third Age has ended, and a new age dawns. When the next Elder Scroll is written, you shall be its scribe. The shape of the future, the fate of the Empire. These things now belong to you.
Yep, Rip Sean Bean. Exactly. Alright, so that's it for Oblivion. And then on to Skyrim. Alright, so before we even start Skyrim, I'm going to mention I'm real bad at Skyrim. Do not expect anything good out of this, especially since I haven't slept in a very long time. With that out of the way, let's do Skyrim. By the way, the games look worse than usual because I turned down the graphics, because we gotta go fast. Alright, another thing we should mention here is we start Skyrim from a save game. Alright, so right off the bat, we're going to do a glitch. This is the infinite sprint glitch. I'm going to sprint, I'm going to quick save, quick load, let go of sprint, and then we're currently infinitely sprinting. So now this lets me sprint without using stamina, and I can also jump while sprinting, which is very handy. So we can skip large parts of the game by doing this. So far so good. Alright, another thing we use quick save, quick load for is skipping dialogue. We're going to be doing that a whole lot in this run. Alright, so now... Oh, bowl please. This bowl is very important. Quick save, quick load. And then... Oh. Okay, that was a wall. Was is the correct past tense there. Oh no, I need to get... Huh? What? Alright, sure. Sure. Alright, so we gotta take the walk of shame here. That, not sure why that didn't work, but okay. This is on current patch. Skyrim is on the fully up-to-date, unmodified. There are no pretty mods here, because we gotta go fast. Version of Skyrim. You can have your sweet, like, anime face mods if you want, but it'll just slow things down. So now, you might have noticed that all the scripting is broken in this area. There should be, like, enemies here and fighting and talking and walking and all that, but we can just run past everything. Generally, there's no unofficial patches or anything. It's just the vanilla Skyrim. So if you're going to speedrun this and also do other playthroughs, you might want to have, like, a backup made of it. Here we need this money because reasons. And then so far so good. I haven't died yet. This is already looking good. Yeah, usually you don't speedruns don't usually have mods. Because then you have to have everybody running the game has to be on the same thing. But if it's cosmetic, then sure there's an argument to be made for that, but generally it's easier to just say, hey, no mods. Alright, so don't mind the audio of, like, burning going on. That will go away in about a minute. That's just Skyrim things. I don't want to die here, so I'm taking real, extremely safe strats here. Major DLCs, they're kind of run individually. So, for instance, the Dragonborn DLC for this game would have its own category where you start from a brand new save, you do that whole intro sequence like this, and then don't bother with the main quest, but you will complete the Dragonborn stuff. Same thing for Tribunal in Morrowind. Daggerfall and Arena don't really have expansions. They have real weird, like, CompUSA exclusive things. But it's for Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim that have runs like that. And yeah, Skyrim has the most categories, by the way. There's any percent Skyrim, there's Dark Brotherhood, there's all guilds, there's Fighters Guild, and Thieves Guild, and Mages Guild. And I believe that's it for all the quests. That's what, like 20? It's like 20 categories.
I have a $5 donation from WolfPure12. Loving the marathon so far, $D. Puts us towards a Dishonored mask, please, $3.
Thank you for the donation. Alright, so we're using a guard warp here. We use guards as a taxi service in Skyrim. This is Skyrim, right? So we punch that guy, and we have enough money from the beginning of the game to pay our fine, and that teleports us to the where we want to go here. So we're going to sell all of our clothes, because clothes are slow. I did not want to open the console there, whoops. Alright, so here I'm just hitting tab to skip all this dialogue. Okay, oh. Okay. Fight me, bro. And then same deal. We're going to use the guard taxi service. Yeah, for convenience, we start the run from a save game. Because if you're doing resets of this run a whole lot, chops, you don't want to be sitting through... Oh, geez, that... Okay, whoops. Whoops. You don't want to be sitting through a long cutscene before we run. So I made sure to get the quick travel point of the stables there, because you're definitely going to want that. You come back here a whole lot. TGM, if only. Then this will be the most invalid of speedruns. Alright, so there we got the quick travel point for Katla's farm, as we're going to come back here later. So a good way to know if you're in infinite sprint is I'm holding forward, and I'm also pressing left and right for strafe left and right, and I'm not actually strafing. That's how I know that I'm in infinite sprint. We will be punching a horse later, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. All right, so now we're heading to the embassy. Playing this as intended, you're not supposed to be here until way later, but we have the magical key that opens pretty much all doors in Skyrim. It just doesn't happen to be shaped like a key. You'll see. It is pretty awesome. It is the most versatile item in Skyrim. So we're going to head over here, past that entrance. We don't need a door. Infinite sprint is quick save and quick load. Is essentially how it's done. Alright, so here's our key. It looks like a bucket, but believe me, it's a key. There we go. It got us right through that wall. No problem. Yeah, it's a very rapid combination of sprinting, quick save, quick load, release sprint after doing the quick load. I pick up that platter there because reasons. Alright, so now we're going to go down here to the stables, and then off to Riften. So here's a nice thing about the infinite sprint is that we can just jump right into the back of the cart there. It saves some time. Alright, so I'm going to safety save the game here because occasionally the guards don't like things. Okay. We're going to punch this horse right in the face. And the bounty for punching a horse is higher than punching a human. Skyrim. Okay, that went fine. We're going to quick save, quick load right here. Jump on down and do this. Alright, so another awesome byproduct of the infinite sprint is that we can make jumps like this. So we can skip having to go the long way through here, and instead you can just jump around that thing and lower the bridge.
Stay out of trouble, or there's gonna be trouble.
So you don't have to back up from the doors there, but, you know, swag. Yep, good old Dreadgasm. Our character is not named Dreadgasm. Right now it's called The Eggs Are a Lie because, funny inside joke. But imagine his name is Dreadgasm.
I told you to go away. What? You'd better come inside. Quick.
Okay. Oh, no. No, no, no. I don't want it. Nope. Stop it. Stop it. Esbern, stop it. There we go. Okay. So now we're going to go down here. We're going to go steal some stuff while he opens the door. Okay. The person in that cell back there has come out and fought me before and actually killed me in a practice run, so I take my time around there. Alright. Esbern.
There is hope. No, the dragons are... Oh, Aldwin, the dragon. No one can escape. You're right. The prophet...
Alright. So what's got to happen here is you bump Esbern, you talk to him until he gives you the what should I do thing, and then we head on out. So, like before, we used a bucket as a skeleton key to open up a wall. Instead, we're going to do something like that with a platter. So, recall we picked up a platter in the embassy. We're now going to drop this on the ground, quick save, quick load, and then hope this works. Please, please just let me out platter. Oh no, okay. This platter is the most inconsistent clip in the game. It is the worst. I almost got it. I was almost out. Oh, shit. I was almost out. I was almost out again. This is... Divine. Divine, please. Divine. Let me out. Divine. It wouldn't be a Skyrim marathon run unless the platter was absolutely horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. I can't even right now. Usually it lets me out by now. I've even invoked the name of Divine, and it's not letting me out. Game, please. Game, please. There we go. Okay, there we go. Hey, first try. First try, guys. I got it. First try. And then we make our way out. We gotta hope that Esbern doesn't fight literally everybody on the way out. And we'll be good. Yeah, I got first try bucket, and then platter was also first try. So, perfect luck. I nailed it.
What was that?
Alright, so now we're off to Riverwood, I think. You gotta get on this boat, or else you'll get wrecked. Alright, hopefully Esbern is here. Is he? Hey, he is. Alright. We in there. So now here's another sequence you gotta follow to skip all this dialogue as quickly as possible. Oh. Okay, you gotta wait, jump twice, go back in. And then leave again. Okay, we're in there. Go back over here to the stables. This is why we have that that quick place. Now we're going to Mark Hearth.
Where do you want to go?
Right here.
Back and we'll be off.
Okay. Now we have a whole bunch of running to do. There's like 3 spots in the game where there's a whole bunch of running. This is one of them. Yep. So there's 2 very important things I need to pick up along the way. They're critical to the run. I will not forget them. Yeah, wall clips actually are cheating. The Speedrun Supreme Court declared it as such. Yeah, there's not enough cat bags in chat, you guys. So there we go. There's our first absolutely critical item. There you go. Alright. The run confirmed. We got the double. Eggs are required. Also cat bags are required. Diego, please. Cat bag. I made that that dread bag on the left, by the way. It's probably the biggest contribution I made to the marathon. Alright, so over here we are jumping our way over to the the wall. You might remember this area as having like movement puzzles in it. You're also, I think, supposed to fight a dragon here, but instead we just run past it. Alright, so here there's a bit of parkour you have to do. Like a lot of things in this game, I am not the best at it, or even average at it. We'll see how this goes. Alright, quick save. Jump up on here, jump up, we're going to sprint, go around here, that was good. Quick save, jump on this, jump up here, quick save. We need to get on this thing, jump up here. Okay. Okay. That was probably the best I've ever done that. And then we run over here, skipping all those puzzles. Like so. Yeah, the duck racing is hype. I will not debate that. Duck racing is always hype. Alright. So this, you don't have to wait for the whole animation to play, you can just let it start and then jump out of it. Wait. Oh, God. That was... Huh. Okay. That might have skipped the door opening. Did you know about that, Chops? Huh. Sure. Okay.
Isn't it amazing?
It is not amazing.
Very good. Patience, my dear.
Okay.
You mean they used a shout? You ever heard of such a thing? You're probably right. Right. We'll look around Talos Guard.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Remember, this is where they...
It didn't skip the opening? Alright. Well, rip. Alright. Over here. And then we are going to Winterhold. This guy loves to talk to you about just stuff. You've done good if he hasn't told you about the history of the area. Alright, Winterhold. So we're off... essentially what we're doing now is we're going to go get an Elder Scroll. So we're going to go rob an old man of his ancient artifact. I might as well save here. I don't think I've ever died to this jump before, but just in case, I saved. Right there. No big deal. Just fell off of a big cliff. As long as you land in at least a little bit of water, you're good. Yeah, this looks exactly like Arena. Don't you recognize this area, you guys? We visited the Mages Guild in Arena a few times. Also, yeah, continue to get hype about the Dishonored Mega Race. I might actually stay up a little while longer to catch that. I can see it live. Because that is going to be hype. Alright, so this next part here is RNG. We need to steal something, and like most theft attempts in the game, it is just a dice roll. No, I have not slept in a while. I was on call for emergency marathon saving duties, and I had to do so. Okay, we got it. First try. Nailed it. That was all skill. All skill. Oh, I'll be fine. I am too old for this, but I'm also not... I haven't slept in a while, bottom line. I'll be fine. We're almost done with this. Believe me, if I would have died, it would have been during Arena, out of boredom. Because if it looks boring to watch, it's also boring to do the run as well. But I told you guys, it gets way more hype after Arena. We don't have a category for let's do all the Elder Scrolls games except the boring one. So we're running over to Mazark, I think is the name of the dungeon. This is where you get the Elder Scroll after doing a little puzzle. Normally, it's a fairly lengthy dungeon to get to the Elder Scroll, but there is, surprise, surprise, a quick way to get in there. So I'm currently being chased by angry wolves. Apparently, you can get something called like rock joint or something. I've never gotten it, so I have no idea what it does, but apparently it's bad. Can I make the category? I might actually get more people to run Anthology if we do that. Because so far I'm the only one who has even done Anthology runs. And I'm not even going to touch Fun%. That is a free world record. The Anthology, I believe, isn't that expensive. I don't actually own the boxed Anthology thing because I have all the games separately. And another thing is I'm not sure if the Anthology collection comes with the correct version of Arena. Minus stamina? Okay, that's probably fine then. Probably? Yeah, there's a boxed release of Anthology, and I'm not sure if the CD copy if the CD copy of Arena is the correct version. Alright, so here's that secret entrance I told you about. You go like this. Wait, nope. You go like this. You go like this. And then boom. So you can clip through that wall and access the little lever that opens up the back entrance here early. And then we just skip that big old long dungeon. Easy. And now I'm stuck on a lantern. Great. Nailed it. So this is a hard puzzle. You gotta hit this button 4 times. Hit this button twice. And then hit this button. You get this bucket? This bucket is critical to the run. Get used to no. Or no. Let me declare that bucket is very important to the run. Very important. Yeah, it is like 10 minutes of running. It is very long. Alright, so this next part is also RNG. We're going to quick travel down to Riverwood. And we need to steal... Wait, not Riverwood. Don't... Wait, hold on. This is probably fine. This is probably fine. It's during the day, but this is probably okay. Horse, please. Guys, I might have blown it. Guys, shit. Whoops. Horse, please. I need to steal you. So the horse can detect you, by the way. Alright, I'm probably fine now. Hey, alright. We in there. No problem. Okay, so now what we're going to do is a horse climb. So I'm going to rest while sprinting the horse. I'm going to let go forward, quick save, quick load, and hold forward again. Now our horse is a super horse, hopefully. It's fine, we're back on track. I made a small error in where I quick traveled to. Hopefully that's the smallest mistake I make in the run. We shall see, though. Alright, so now we're going to do what it's probably intended to do with horses in Skyrim. We're going to climb directly up mountains by clipping inside of them. So we're making our way up to the top of the Throat of the World here, where High Hrothgar and the dragon thing is. Spoilers. And you do it like this. So there's 2 different like horse speed things you could do. There's infinite sprint with the horse, or horse climbing, and then there's unbreakable horse climbing. There you go up like this. Over here, this is a slow horse. Relatively slow horse. It's still clipping. Yes, this is current patch. Fun% is, yeah, it's the longer category. It is all main quests. It is the longest category of each game. Horse, please. All right, we're in there. A no quick travel. That actually, if there was something called Meme-a-thon a few months ago, there was a Skyrim race that practically was that. It practically was no quick travel, though it